My name is Brandon Fish, and I'm the Vice President of Human Resources here at Property Solutions.
I'm Cami Cable, Vice President of Human Resources at ClearLink.
I'm Diana Hasselfeld, and I'm the nurse practitioner here at Varian Medical Systems.
I'm Chad Myler. I'm the Wellness Coordinator here at USANA Health Sciences.
I'm Randy Rasmussen, Vice President of Human Resources at Nelson Laboratories.
So the most important elements that contribute to our culture, we have about 2 years ago, we picked influencers within the company and went on a 2-day retreat to come up with our values. And they're different, they're off the wall. Most of our values come from movies like Talk to Me Goose or Business in the Front, Party in the Back, Be Excellent to Each Other. And our values are our core, and that's really what we build off. We try to create activities around our values throughout the year. So for example, we are really good at Party in the Back, and we do a lot of fun events and company parties and things, and that's something that we celebrate. And we try very hard to make sure that all of our activities focus on our values. And it's not all about partying all the time. We have to work hard, and we do events and activities that focus on leadership development and improving people's performance at work, and they live the values better because of that. And so, I think those are all things that are very important. Other things that let's see, what was the question again? You mentioned values, but then I thought of something else, and I forgot.
The most important elements that contribute to your company culture.
The most important elements. Okay, so I talked about our values a little bit. Other elements that contribute to our culture, I think, are our people. And in order to create a fun culture, you have to have people that want to be part of that. And so you can't just create or plan a fun activity and hope that it goes well if you don't have the right people. So I think there's a fine line between creating a fun culture, but yet having the right people on the bus that are part of that culture and want to be wild and crazy and fun. Because not everybody does, and not everybody here does. But I think for the most part, our employees appreciate the culture, even though they may not want to participate in it or a specific activity. And we don't require that everybody participate in everything. We try to do enough different types of activities and variety that it'll meet the interests of at least some of our employees, or most of them, throughout the year. So we might sponsor a March Madness tournament, but then we might have a chess tournament that focuses on those that don't really care about ping pong and basketball. So it's important to understand your employees, but creating a culture and having it be successful can be tricky, but it's fun. So advice for improving corporate culture. Well, I feel like culture is so important, but to improve it, you need to find out what your employees want. And so I'm really big on surveying and doing random surveys to the employees and finding out what they want. You don't want to flood them with too many surveys. You don't want them to be too intensive either. I think it's important to have surveys be concise and brief, and maybe do multiple surveys, but ask the employees, give them the opportunity to tell you what it is they want, what is it that motivates them, and really find out from them first. And then, of course, you need to make sure you've got the budget for it, and you've got, if you want to go do an elaborate activity and you don't have the budget for it, it doesn't make sense to plan that activity. So I think you can have a great culture without doing elaborate activities. You just need to find out what fits your organization. And if it's a smaller, start with doing employee lunches and then build from there. And as you build, I feel like it's a snowball effect. As you build culture, your company is naturally going to do better. They're going to be more successful. They're going to make more money, and I think you'll be able to put more back into the employees in the business and ultimately have an amazing culture, and your business will profit from that.
For someone wanting to improve their corporate culture, one thing that I'd encourage them to do is think outside of the box. Oftentimes we look to other organizations to see, well, what is company A, B, or C doing? And that's good for a data point, but what really sets your company apart, and what can you really buy in and stand behind emotionally? Because if you just add something but you don't have the passion and desire behind it, it won't be as genuine.
Improving your culture, really, it starts with the employees, and do they feel like they have ownership with it? And really just stopping and asking the employees what they need. I feel a lot of times upper management makes decisions and they just decide how it's going to run. But when you involve the employees from the lowest level to the highest level, and you really talk about, hey, it would be really cool if we did this or if we did this, then you're really starting that conversation, and then people feel like, hey, I actually helped build this program, or this kind of has my name on it, and so they feel more involved in being in work, and they enjoy coming back.
My advice to someone who wants to improve their culture at their company is start at the top. No culture change is ever going to happen as an HR initiative or as a slogan. It has to start from the top. You have to understand the top executives and have them understand what it is they want in the company. And once you find that out, the rest of it's pretty easy.